Hey there, it's Sydney with Tastefully Frugal, and in today's video we are going to be talking all about the new Cricut Heat app. Cricut Heat is the latest app from Cricut, and it works with the Cricut's latest line of heat presses, with the Cricut Heat Press, with the Cricut Easy Press 3s, and with the Cricut Auto Press. So in this video, we'll go over how to register your machines with the Cricut Heat app. We'll go over how to use the Heat app with these machines, as well as some really cool features inside the Heat app that make it a really useful tool, whether you are new to using infusible ink, iron-on, or sublimation, or whether you've been doing it for years. There's a lot of information inside the Heat app that is helpful for everyone. But let's go ahead and answer some of the questions before we dive into the Heat app itself that I've had about how it works. One of the most commonly asked questions I have is, how many languages is it in? I don't speak English. Am I going to be able to understand this? Is it going to be in Fahrenheit and Celsius? So the Cricut Heat app is actually in 13 different languages, which I think is awesome, and it makes it really great to use when these projects or these products are launched internationally. So there's 13 different languages in the Cricut Heat app itself, and you can go between Fahrenheit and Celsius. Another question that I get asked all the time is, do I have to use the Heat app with my new Hat Press, or with my Easy Press, or with the Auto Press? You only need to use the Heat app to activate or register your machines. So yes, you do need to use it when you first get your machine, but after that, you don't have to. However, I found it really handy to have. I used to reference all the time the Easy Press heat settings on Cricut's website, and I like being able to have that all here in the app itself. Another question that I've seen is, can I use the Heat app with older Easy Press machines? Unfortunately not. Right now the Heat app only works with the Cricut Hat Press, the Easy Press 3 lines, and the Auto Press because they are Bluetooth enabled, whereas the older machines are not Bluetooth enabled. The last question I get asked is it available for me if I'm on Android, or what about if I have an Apple phone? And yes, the Heat app is available on both Android and Apple devices, and I've used it on both my Android phone and my Apple iPad, and it works great with both of them. So let's go ahead and jump into the Heat app and take a better look around.
If you're already logged in to Cricut Design Space on your phone or your tablet, the Cricut Heat app will automatically sync your Design Space account to the Heat app. So you don't have to worry about that. But first thing I want to show you is how to set up a new device. So you'll click that Setup button right there in the middle. Make sure that you have your Heat Press, your Hat Press, your Auto Press on, and then it will automatically connect via Bluetooth to your device. And then you'll just want to go ahead and click the box. It's just saying that it's registering this machine to your Design Space account, and click Activate. If there's any firmware updates, this will happen here. But if not, everything is good to go. Just go ahead and click Done. Now let me go over what's on this main screen. First, we're going to click our profile picture in the top left corner. This goes over what software version you're running. If you have more than one Hat Press or Heat Press, it'll show you which ones you're running there and the firmware updates that are on there. You can also change your unit of temperature as well as your unit of measurement from this settings menu. So you can change from metric to imperial. And then this just gives you some more information about the Cricut Heat app. And if you need to, you can sign out from your account here. Next, if you scroll down, you have the option to start a new project. It also shows you if you've used your Heat Press before, the last project time and temperature settings, material settings you used, and you can set a custom temperature and time setting here. So this is helpful if you're doing, like, let's say, a sublimation design where you'd want the temperature to be 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and the time you can keep it 90 seconds. But as you can see, you can change the temperature setting, you can change the time setting. You could also send to the Heat Press the information to preheat your blank and how long you want it to be preheated, and then just click Send Settings to Heat Press. It will connect to your Heat Press, and then it will show you up top what the current temperature is, how much time is left to get it up to temperature. And you'll see initially it starts high at 11 minutes, but it quickly drops down. The Hat Press heats up and the Easy Press 3 heats up so quickly. But let's say we are using a material that is a Cricut material. So we'll just go to Start New Project, that blue button in the middle of the screen. And the first thing we want to select is our transfer material. So this will give you a list of all the different types of iron-on, infusible ink, things like that. We're going to use holographic iron-on, and then you'll select the blank, what the blank that you're using is made of. We're using a cotton poly blend, and then just click next in the top right corner. Now this is going to give you all the information if you didn't want to connect via Bluetooth, how long you, or what setting you need to set the hat press, or if you're using an easy press, the temperature settings. It also gives you more detailed information if you've never worked with this type of iron-on before. It gives you all the supplies you need, how you need to layer things on your hat or your blank. These diagrams are really helpful too with learning how to use the hat press. Or again, if you're new to using iron-on vinyl or infusible ink, these instructions are really, really helpful, and it's nice to have it right there with you while you are doing your project, so you don't have to reference back to, go back to your computer and reference it. You have it all right here on your phone or tablet. It also lets you know if it's a warm peel or a cool peel, what that means, and how you remove the backer. But once you have all that information, you can click send settings. If you need to edit the settings, for example, if you know that for whatever reason holographic needs 65 seconds instead of 60, you can change the time or the temperature settings here. You can change your preheat for longer or shorter. You can change all of the settings here, but it does say if you edit the recommended settings, results may vary. So just do this if you have used a material before and you know that you need to make those changes. But once you have everything in there, just go ahead and send settings to machine. Now it did preheat to 400 already, so it's just now you'll see the countdown going from 400 down to 330. So it takes a little bit more time to lose temperature, but you can start preheating your blank here. And again, it gives you more instructions, detailed instructions at this point. If you forgot to look at it on the last step, you can click detailed instructions and it gives you more information. Let's go ahead and go over what other information is included in the Cricut Heat app, because there's a lot more than just making a project. If you click Get Started with Cricut Hat Press, this will take you to the Cricut blog, and it will tell you more information about the Cricut Hat Press. It gives you some tutorials, some project ideas. It tells you more information. Let's get rid of that pop-up. Tells you more information about what materials you can use, and things like that. So this is helpful if you're new, if the machine, the hat press, or you're using the Easy Press 3 or the Auto Press, this link will auto-populate with whatever device you have connected to the Heat app. And then there's a user guide, which gives you more information on that, on whatever machine you're using. And then you can click Learn More. The first one is infusible ink transfers, and anything that you see the article, so like the paper looking thing, is linking you to a Cricut blog post that tells you more information about that material or those blanks. And then at the bottom, there are video tutorials, which are so helpful. These link you directly to YouTube, to the Cricut's YouTube channel, that share tips for things like weeding or how to apply your infusible ink or your iron-on or whatever you're using. But those link you directly to YouTube, so it's really helpful. The top one is infusible ink, and the bottom one is iron-on or HTV transfers, and it's the same thing. The top few lists are blog posts, and then underneath you have links to the video tutorials.
I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any questions that I didn't answer about the Heat app, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any questions about the Hat Press or the Easy Press 3, I've linked in the description videos that I did on both of these machines, so that might be helpful for you as well. I've also linked the Cricut Heat app, the links to download those in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store, so you can get started using those apps today if you'd like. I would love to have you subscribe to Tastefully Frugal for more Cricut tutorials, more design space and app tutorials, as well as sublimation and different types of Cricut projects. And if you'd like to craft with me live, I'm live over on my Facebook page every Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I've linked that in the description of this video as well, and I'd love to craft with you live. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.